Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is my 36 weeks pregnant update. I am 36 weeks and let's see, it's Sunday, so I turned 36 weeks on Thursday. 36 weeks and 3 days today. So I'm in major nesting mode right now. I have just been cleaning up the house, trying to get everything as ready as possible so that, but I haven't packed my hospital bag yet. I'm planning to do a video on what's in my hospital bag. So yes, in response to a lot of comments, yes, I am planning on doing one of those, but I haven't packed it yet. So I need to get that done, but I'm mostly just trying to get the house in order so that when she gets here, I won't feel overwhelmed with like house stuff. I'm trying to just make sure that everything stays clean and organized in the meantime. So let's jump into my 36 weeks update. A lot happened this week. Not sure how, but it did. The main thing that happened this past week was that in my last video, my 35 weeks pregnant update, I talked about how my feet were itching really bad. And then I talked about how I was getting itchy in other places as well. That is Skyla trying to get in the door. Babe? Nick is watching her for me so I can film this right now, but she's trying to get in here. Anyway, so in my last video, I talked about how I was really, really itchy, and I got a lot of comments saying that my symptoms sounded a lot like ICP, which is, I think I'm saying this right, cholestasis of pregnancy. And it's basically just a condition that happens during pregnancy where your liver stops functioning correctly, and it can make bile acid spill out into your bloodstream and cause all sorts of nasty like problems, health problems, most specifically to your unborn child. So everybody was telling me to make sure that I got that checked out, and I did. I called the doctor, like actually as I was reading through comments and I saw how many people had commented that, it made it seem pretty urgent. So I called the doctor pretty much right away after reading like 20 comments, and I probably got 10 emails and a bunch of tweets and comments on Instagram and stuff. And so I just felt like I really should get it checked out. So I did. I had my test done. My liver enzymes came back slightly elevated. What they do is they draw blood to test for this. And my liver enzymes came back slightly elevated, and then we were waiting on the bile acids, and then the bile acids came back normal. But anytime with ICP, if you're having the symptoms of itchy hands or feet, like uncontrollably itchy, they say that as long as the symptoms persist, you should still test every 1 to 2 weeks, because the bile acids could spike suddenly, and sometimes the itch like long precedes a blood test showing up your bile acids being high. So they just say that for as long as you're having symptoms, just to keep getting tested. So I do feel like my itching has started to get better. It's not as bad as it was last week or the last 2 weeks. It was extremely bad. So I feel like it's starting to get better, which is great. But the best news is that my initial test came back normal. So we're good to go on ICP. I noticed that I'm having swelling in my calves, but my feet are not swollen like they were in my last pregnancy, where I couldn't even fit into any of my shoes. This time I can still fit into all my shoes. I feel like my feet are a little bit swollen, my calves are a little bit swollen, but compared to last time, this is nothing. I have been having a lot of lower back pain and pressure. That's something that is, it comes and goes, but every time that I have it, it seems like it's more severe than the last time, if that makes sense. But it's just a lot of pressure. And speaking of pressure, there are some days that I feel a lot of pressure in my belly and just like in my hips and pelvis. I feel a ton of pressure, but it also comes and goes. So I think it just depends on the position that Adeline is sitting in at the time. I've had a lot of Braxton Hicks contractions. Like my belly feels tight all the time. I feel like probably 50% of the time my belly is really, really tight. So I know that I'm having a lot of Braxton Hicks contractions. But on top of Braxton Hicks contractions, I've had a couple, I mean, I can count on one hand. They slowed down a little bit, the real contractions that feel like menstrual cramps. They come with twinges in the, like, kind of like lightning crotch where you get the sharp pains in the vag. They come with those. And I hope that it's my cervix starting to dilate or thinning out, because last time I didn't ever thin out or dilate whatsoever. So I really hope that these contractions are doing something. I have been super emotional. Well, not today, actually, not in the last, I don't know. My emotions are up and down like a roller coaster. I'm emotional sometimes and other times I'm not, but one of the things that I feel emotional about this week is Skyla no longer being our only baby. And I just don't want her to be jealous. I want her to be happy, and I want to make sure that she's getting all the attention that she needs. So I've been feeling really emotional about that, and just thinking of ways that I can make sure that she does not feel, I don't want her to feel sad when the new baby comes. And I've just been thinking of different ways to make sure that she always feels special. I wrote down that my nipples are burning, and like, they are, like, they're burning. They hurt so bad. My breast in general just hurt so bad right this week. And it's also from the itching too, I think. My skin is just so sensitive. Like, I just have the worst sensitive skin. When I shave, I get razor bumps that I don't normally get. And speaking of that, I have little red bumps kind of all over me. These little tiny, tiny red bumps that you can't see unless you're really looking close. And some of them look like broken blood vessels, and I have one on my back, the back of my hand, that I'll show you. I've had this forever. It's just like a red mole or whatever you call it. I'm not really sure if you guys know what it's called. Some people call them angel kisses, but it's like this red dot on my hand. Some people call them red moles, but what I think it is I think it's a blood vessel. Like a swollen blood vessel, or a blood vessel that's just, sometimes I think they just come up to the surface. I had one on my lip that I actually had to have surgery on. They had, because it was swollen so bad, and it was like right there on my lip and red, and it made this red bump. They actually had to do surgery on it and cut it. Like, they had to pretty much cut it out and then sear it with the little fire torch and then sew it up. So I have these blood vessels kind of all over my body. And I'm starting to get so many of them like spread out right here, just these little random red bumps, and like this one has been here forever, so like they don't go away. The only way to get rid of them is if you want to have them removed, which I wouldn't unless it was like something like that. But yeah, I'm getting more of those this pregnancy. And another thing with my skin is my varicose veins didn't get this bad last time. I have a whole patch on my thigh. I should have taken a picture, probably that big, on the top of my thigh of, well, these are spider veins, but they're purple, and it's like a cluster of them. They're bad. So I'm getting much worse varicose veins. And the veins down there that were giving me pain in the second trimester mostly, they're so bad. Those, I would say, are varicose veins. They're not spider veins because they're swollen and painful. And I just hope that after this pregnancy that they go away. If you guys had varicose veins in your downstairs area, please let me know if they get better, or if I'm gonna have to go to a vein clinic or something, because it's too painful. They're gonna have to get fixed if they don't go away after pregnancy. So this is actually really funny. You guys are gonna make fun of me for telling you this, for bringing this up, because most people would not notice or think it's a big deal. But I've noticed that this is probably just from aging, but I noticed with my last pregnancy I did age a lot. Like, I felt like I aged a lot during that pregnancy, and I think it's happening again. So this skin right here over my eye, I don't feel like it's ever really, this one doesn't do it as much. This one is kind of lifted up more like that. But I've noticed that this skin right here underneath my eyebrow is starting to like droop down to where it touches the top of my eyelid. Like, it should be, I feel like it should be lifted up a little bit more. And it's drooping down onto my eyelid. Like, what is this? I'm 27 years old, guys. Like, why is that already happening? I know that that happens as you age, but come on. Like, I can see a drastic difference between this side and this side when I look in the mirror. And I showed Nick the other day, and he was like, no, that's pretty normal, I think. I'm like, no, it needs to go back up. Adeline is starting to get hiccups for the first time this past week. She hasn't had hiccups yet, so they just started and they're pretty cute. They freaked me out with Skyla, but now I know that it's nothing to be worried about, so it's cute when she has them. I am so sorry that I didn't get to vlog Halloween, but we had such a great Halloween. I was a pregnant Wendy, and it was actually kind of funny. Skyla was Tinkerbell and Nick was Peter Pan, and it was so much fun. I have no idea what we'll do next year. Oh my gosh, a family costume of 4, but yeah, so it was really cute. I didn't vlog, but if you saw it on Snapchat, Instagram, whatever, we had an amazing time. So I did not log my weight in my last pregnancy at 36 weeks, so I don't know what I was with Skyla at 36 weeks, but I did weigh myself this week, and I had gained, let me pull it up. I'm trying to, I don't remember exactly what it was, so I just want to tell you the accurate amount. I gained 2.3 pounds in 1 week, and I think that I know the reason why. Not only because of the fact that Adeline is growing, I'm sure that I'm retaining water and getting more fluid and stuff like that, or maybe not more fluid. I know they say towards the end you tend to lose fluid, so I think the main reason for the 2.3 pound gain is that we bought Halloween candy a couple days early, and I'm not kidding you. I just can't stop eating it. Like, if there's Halloween candy in the house, I will just eat it and eat it and eat it and eat it. Like, it's been bad. And then this past week I had my friend Cassie was here. I didn't work out. Like, I didn't do any of my workouts last week. 1, because I was super tired. 2, because I was super busy trying to like get the house in order and get everything ready for Adeline, and 3, because I had a friend visiting. And those are all excuses. Those are absolutely all excuses that I could have worked around and got my workouts in, but I didn't. I let the excuses happen, and I ate a ton of Halloween candy. So I gained 2.3 pounds. So needless to say, I'm gonna have to make sure that I am better this week than I was last week, although it's already not going well because we still have leftover Halloween candy that I was supposed to donate, and I haven't donated it. So that's what happens. Every year, Halloween, I just eat all the candy. I weighed in at 160.7 pounds. And that means for this total pregnancy, I've gained 25.7 pounds, which is not bad. I have been having ankle pain, and I had that with Skyla as well. It kind of feels like the inside of my left ankle is bruised when I walk. It's just that my feet and ankles get really in a lot of pain after being on my feet all day. Nausea is something that has come up this week that I don't think I had a lot of in the previous weeks, but it seems like it's getting more intense. And I know that towards the end of my pregnancy with Skyla, I was nauseous a lot, and I'm getting nauseous again. About 2 days ago, I like stood in the bathroom thinking I was gonna throw up any minute. I just had the sickest feeling. I didn't throw up, but the nausea is coming in waves. Last night, I got so tired out of nowhere for no reason, and I'm not a nap taker at all, but Nick was here. It was Saturday, and he could watch Skyla, so I got in bed and I just like wanted to take a nap, and I did. I slept, like, I took a hard nap. I was just so tired, and it's just so weird because it's just not like me to be napping like that, but the exhaustion is just coming on really strong. And I also felt like I was coming down with another cold or something, because my throat started, I could feel drainage in my throat, and my throat started feeling a little bit sore. So I'm hoping that I'm not coming down with anything. I hope that it's just hormone changes and stuff making all this happen, since we're getting towards the end of my pregnancy. I've also noticed that Adeline's still kicking and moving a lot, so don't get me wrong when I say that my movements are decreased, but, oh, Skyla's at the door again. But it's less than usual, I think, just because she's running out of room, but it's not decreased to the point where it's like alarming. So I'm going to show you guys my bump now, because that's all I have for symptoms. Okay, here is the 36 weeks belly. Oh my gosh, once again, I just like really hope my neighbors aren't looking in my windows right now. Okay guys, that is it for this update. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you guys on Wednesday. But don't forget to like this video if you haven't already and subscribe to my channel. Check out the links below and I will see you in the next one. Bye.